Good morning and welcome to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. Headlines for today: Lake County leaders speak out against escalating ICE operations. And we've got some more municipalities buying up things for beautification in their downtown area. There's also a pet supply drive and some more fire department open houses. But first, let's get into our weather. It's currently 57 degrees here in the Fox River Valley. Today, it's going to be mostly sunny with that high of 65, a low of 41. Tomorrow, that sunshine sticks around and we get a high of 67 and a low of 44. Friday, cloud covered, but we get a few more degrees on that high with the high of 70. Saturday, the sun returns in full force, but we end up with a high of 68 and a low of 46. Next, let's go into Tuesday's lottery drawings. Good luck. The midday pick 3 comes in at 280 with a 3 on the end. The midday pick 4, 8554 with a 2 on the end. The evening pick 3 comes in at 132 with a 6 on that fireball. And the evening pick 4, 4, 5, 6, 7 with a 9 on the end. The midday lucky comes in at 10, 12, 18, 19, and 45, and the evening lucky 6, 12, 18, 34, 37. The Mega Millions drawing for Tuesday, October 7th, 17, 26, 33, 45, and 56. Following the story about the man shot by Carpentersville police, he's now been detained for pretrial. The man who was shot by Carpentersville police is going to be detained pretrial on felony gun and drug charges. Deshaun Jones, 32, of the 100 block of Woodland Circle in Carpentersville, is charged with armed violence, aggravated assault, and possession of a controlled substance, all felonies. He is also charged with a misdemeanor obstruction of a police officer. On Tuesday, Kane County Judge Salvatore Lopioco ordered that Jones be detained pre-trial. Jones, who was released Monday from a hospital, attended Tuesday's hearing with the lower part of his right arm wrapped in a bandage. The shooting happened August 28th at Jones's apartment in Carpentersville. Kane County prosecutor Lisa Scott said 911 received 3 calls that night with a person saying, "Just come." She said at least one of the calls was made by Jones. Scott said police said they entered the apartment because they thought Jones might be overdosing on drugs. She said police found multiple guns in the apartment. That included a Glock semi-automatic handgun located near a tray that contained residue of cocaine. The tray was on the living room couch. Scott said the police said Jones got a black handgun out of a closet and refused to put it down when officers ordered him to do so. Jones had a fire owner's identification card. He was legally allowed to have the guns. Assistant Public Defender Mary Henning said. Henning disputed that Jones allowed police into his apartment, saying he called 911 for medical help. She also told the judge that Jones was putting a gun away in the closet. Henning said Mr. Jones was fired upon by police officers while trying to secure a legally owned firearm while there were people in his home. She noted Jones has no criminal history and has worked at the same job for 13 years. He also takes care of his older brother, who lives with him and has autism. Lopoco said that according to Synopsis, police found bullet holes and spent shell casings on the living room floor and bullets in the ceiling of the bedroom. He also said the Synopsis said there was an AK-47 style rifle in the apartment. He factored that into his decision to detain Jones on a danger to the community or specific persons standard. Kane County Major Crimes Task Force is investigating the shooting. Kane County State's Attorney Jamie Mosser will determine whether the officers were justified in shooting Jones. His next court date is October 17th. When we come back, Buffalo Grove Police Department is collecting pet supplies, and a woman gets 3 years for a fatal DUI crash. One of our headline stories today, Lake County leaders speaking out against escalating ICE operations. More news to come right here on the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. I'll be right back after this.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
An Elgin woman who was drunk when she caused a fatal 2023 crash in Elgin has been sentenced to 3 years in prison. Evelyn Kopian, 24, of the 200 block of Raymond Street, pleaded guilty in July to aggravated driving under the influence of alcohol, causing death. On Monday, she was sentenced by Kane County Judge John Peronski. The crash happened shortly after 5 a.m. March 25th in 2023 on State Street near Davis Road, River Road in Elgin. Hector Sosa Valdeva, 54, of Elgin, was turning west onto River. Kopian was driving south on State at 94 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. The Elgin police officer testified that Copian did not brake until 0.02 seconds before the impact. She had a blood alcohol content of 0.159, according to an Elgin police report. She told police she had gone to a bar in Carpentersville after work, had 2 alcoholic drinks, and blacked out. Sosa Valdiva's son, Giovanni Sosa, spoke during the sentencing hearing, which took place over several days. Sosa said, the crash, was not fate, it was a decision. When the family was told Sosa Valdiva had died, Sosa said, "We cried like children lost in the dark because, effectively, we were." Copian had been charged with reckless homicide that was dropped as part of her plea deal. Copian will have to serve at least 85% of her sentence before being eligible for parole. She received credit for the 104 days she spent in Kane County Jail before she posted bond. Copian must turn herself in to Kane County Jail by October 21st. A pet supply drive is going on in Buffalo Grove. It's the Buffalo Grove Police Department that's collecting pet supplies this month to support a Safe Place domestic violence shelter. A Safe Place recently expanded its services to provide a dedicated space for pets while survivors of domestic violence and human trafficking transition to new housing. The police department is collecting essential pet items to help the comfort and care of pets while their owners seek refuge. Items being accepted include cat litter, dog and cat food, dog and cat toys, leashes, collars, bedding, grooming supplies, potty pads, treats, and waste bags. Items must be new and unopened. Donations can be dropped off 24 hours a day in the police department lobby at 46 Rapp Boulevard in Buffalo Grove. When we come back, one of our headline stories today, Lake County leaders are speaking out against the escalating ICE operations. For more information on this story and more, be sure to go over to thedailyherald.com. We've got a few other stories from other sources today, including Shaw Local and the Sun Times. Thanks for listening to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. We'll be right back after this.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. That's 800-785-1673.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvitt on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers. Every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
Chicago defense attorney Mark Sheblow has co-authored the book titled DUI Jury Trial, which is a true story of a DUI case that he defended. The accused was an Illinois truck driver arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. This book contains facts about the case from the date of the arrest up to the jury's verdict, and this nonfiction novel also includes the transcripts from the jury trial itself. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. Lake County leaders speak out against escalating ICE operations. A day after several people were whisked away in Waukegan and elsewhere, political and community leaders Tuesday vowed to stand firm against escalating U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement operations in Lake County, saying the ongoing situation affects everyone. Waukegan Mayor Sam Cunningham said during a news conference at Veterans Memorial Plaza, just down the street from City Hall, the recent immigration enforcement operations taking place in Waukegan and our region have caused great fear and uncertainty. But I want to be clear again, in times like these, Waukegan must remain calm, united, and focused on supporting one another. Cunningham was among several speakers who condemned what they described as out-of-control operations and highlighted resources for those who see immigration enforcement in their area, have a family member taken by ICE, or otherwise need help. The event was organized by the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights. The group said ICE teams are conducting warrantless vehicle stops and using racial profiling to, quote, abduct community members in Lake County and across the Chicago area. The organization said rapid response team members confirmed people being detained by federal agents in Park City at the College of Lake County Lakeshore campus, Home Depot locations in Waukegan and Vernon Hills, and outside Waukegan City Hall, where a citizen was taken. That woman, Dariana Fajardo, wasn't a speaker but attended the event. She said she had pulled over in front of City Hall and was boxed in by vehicles and taken from her car. Fajardo said she was taken, quote, somewhere in Lombard and held several hours before being picked up by her parents. The experience was scary, she added, but have some gone through worse. Dulce Ortiz, executive director of Mano a Mano Family Resource Center and president of the board of Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights, said activities the group cautioned about in September were coming to pass. She said, "We are here today with urgency and determination. The escalation we warned about is here." Ortiz said accountability is clear, answers were needed. She said, "This is political theater, and this is a campaign of terror about our community as the target. Our communities deserve safety, not militarization." U.S. Representative Brad Schneider said the actions orchestrated by President Donald Trump and the administration are undoing, quote, the spirit and fabric of who we are as a people. He went on to say, "We are outraged, we are angry, but we won't back down." Others voiced similar sentiment. 31st District State Senator Mary L.D. Allen said, "Silence is not an option. We must be concise, clear, unwavering. Not in our state, not anymore. Don Gross is a member of Lake County Rapid Response Team that works to de-escalate situations. He said, "We exist to spread power, not panic. We don't need to be terrified. We have our rights." Anyone with concerns is urged to call ICIRR Family Support Hotline at 855-435-7693. Read about more about this ongoing side and Texas National Guard troops to mobilize in the Chicago region on the front page of today's Daily Herald. Fire department in Lombard is having an open house. Lombard residents are invited to the fire department's open house Wednesday night. The family-friendly event coincides with National Fire Prevention Week and a campaign about how to safely use lithium-ion batteries. One key message promoted by the National Fire Protection Association: do not put lithium-ion batteries in the trash or in regular recycling bins because they may cause fire. The open house will run from 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday at the fire station at 50 East St. Charles Road. The free event will feature station tours, a chance to meet department personnel, and live demonstrations. Residents can also explore fire and EMS vehicles. For details, contact Lombard Fire Marshal and Bureau Chief Perry Johnson at 630-620-5750. Again, that is the Lombard Fire Department open house today at 6 to 8 p.m. at 50 East St. Charles Road. The free event can have more information if you contact the Lombard Fire Marshal and Bureau Chief Perry Johnson at 630-620-5750. The Village of East Dundee announced that Franco Botticello has been promoted to Deputy Village Administrator, Community Development Director. Botticello has 17 years of experience working in local government and has been with the village since 2022, serving as a management analyst. Monticello will oversee community and economic development initiatives, assist with village operations, and serve as liaison for advancing the village board's goals. You're listening to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. When we come back, it's an honor, says attorney appointed to be the Village of Glen Ellen's trustee. A judge also sides with the city in a dispute over the historic blacksmith shop. More news to come here on WRMN's 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. Head on over to YouTube to watch our live feed every day at youtube.com/@WRMN Radio. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. The Kane County Health Department has awarded $300,000 in state opioid response money to local organizations working to prevent opioid overdoses, expand access to treatment, and support recovery services. The Daily Herald reports recipients include the Association for Individual Development's Opioid Prevention Project and Street Outreach Ecker Center, including its recovery cafes, Gateway Foundation, Greater Family Health, the Kane County Sheriff's Office for its A Way Out program, Lighthouse Recovery, and Serenity House. 6 men are facing charges after an undercover prostitution detail, according to Aurora Police. Between 4 and 9 p.m. on September 23rd, members of the Special Operations Group and Community-Oriented Policing Unit conducted a prostitution reversal detail in downtown Aurora after the department received complaints of prostitution activity. A female officer posed as a sex worker and was solicited by 6 men, according to officials. 5 men were from Aurora, ages 72, 69, 58, 46, and 43, and a 50-year-old man was from Dalton. All were arrested and cited with solicitation of a sexual act and given notices to appear in court. A 5-story condo building in Naperville was evacuated Sunday night after a fire broke out. Firefighters were called to the 100 block of South Washington Street just before 8 p.m. after flames were seen coming from the roof of the condo building. The fire was extinguished just after 8:30 a.m. No one was hurt in the blaze, which was estimated to have caused $20,000 in damage to the building. Deli products sold at Kroger supermarkets have been recalled amid concerns over possible contamination with listeria. The recall affects basil pesto bow tie salads and smoked mozzarella penne salads, according to a company announcement issued over the weekend. The products were sold at deli counters by weight and also in prepackaged portions at self-service cases in 1,860 stores across 28 states, including Illinois. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, sunny with a high near 63, with temperatures falling to around 60 in the afternoon. This afternoon, sunny with temperatures around 60. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 40. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 65, and mostly clear tomorrow night with a low around 42. Currently, it is 54 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought, because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. It's currently 59 degrees here as we march up to our high of 65 of this bright sunny day, low of 41. Tomorrow, a high of 67. Friday, a high of 70 with that cloud coverage coming in. It's an honor, says attorney appointed to be Village of Glen Ellen's trustee. An attorney with deep roots in Glen Ellen has been sworn in as a village trustee. Robert Duncan fills the seat made vacant by the passing of the late trustee Steve Szymanski, who died only months into his first term. Duncan will bring, quote, additional balance, insight, and professionalism to our board, as well as empathy and understanding of what our residents experience in daily life, said Glen Ellen Village President Tim Burkett. He went on to say, although he greatly admires Glen Ellen's past and traditions, he understands that our community must change with the times in order to remain vibrant and relevant. Duncan has been an attorney for nearly 25 years. He is the founder of the personal injury firm that bears his name, Duncan Law Group, which has offices in Chicago, Oak Brook, and Moline, Illinois. He's also president of the Dean's Advisory Board for the University of Illinois College of Law. In Glen Ellen, he served on Civic Betterment Party nominating committee, the group that recruits and puts forward a roster of candidates for elected office. Duncan is currently a member of the board of directors of the Glen House Food Pantry, and he is an alum of the Glenbard West High School. Duncan said, it's a privilege to serve Glen Ellen, a community that I care deeply about, and it's an honor to fill Steve's spot and finish out his term with his reputation and characteristics of leadership and stewardship in mind. Szymanski was elected to the seat this past April. Before that, he helped steer in major infrastructure projects from the Taylor Avenue pedestrian tunnel and the Civic Center parking garage to the downtown streetscape and utility overhaul during his tenure on the village's Capital Improvements Commission. Burkett said Steve's very unfortunate and untimely passing just 3 months into his term came as a large shock to the community, to staff, and certainly to all of us who had worked closely with him on Glen Ellen's boards and commissions. The village received 11 applications from residents interested in the position. Trustee vacancies are filled by appointment by the village president, subject to the advice and consent of the board. The 5 sitting trustees unanimously confirmed Burkett's appointment of Duncan to the role Monday night. Burkett said, I'm happy to say that each one brought an array of experience and enthusiasm to the table that makes everyone proud to be a citizen of Glen Ellen. And we are hopeful that these citizens will stay engaged going forward in the many volunteer opportunities that the village offers. Duncan will serve the remainder of his term. The seat will be up for election in April 2027 for a 2-year term. No effect on the ComEd service from a fire in Hoffman Estates substation. No customers were affected by a fire at the substation early Wednesday morning in Hoffman Estates. Firefighters extinguished the fire at the substation located near Shoe Factory Road and Interstate 90 around 8 a.m., ComEd officials said. The fire was reported at about 4 a.m. ComEd officials said now that the fire is out, workers will examine the equipment to determine what caused it and make necessary repairs. There were no reports of injuries from the fire. When we come back, Franny the Chihuahua and Postman Dan mark the 4th anniversary of meeting in Hoffman Estates. And Kane County announces a $300,000 in opioid response grants. More here on the WRMN 10 o'clock news after this.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Want to read some action-packed, exciting pulp fiction? Read the works of Michael Tooman, now featuring their international crime thriller, I Married a Bot Madam. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. The paperback is also available at other book retailers. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Scilink.net. That's Papa, Sierra, Yankee, Lima, India, November, Kilo, dot, November, Echo, Tango.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. Find us over there on YouTube, youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio. Jeff is already over there. Brendan as well. Good to see you jumping into the chat. If you have any news or anything that you would like to share, there's a few different ways to do it. You can send an email over to news@WRMN1410.com. You can hop in on that YouTube chat, youtube.com/@WRMN Radio. You can also hop into the text line. That's 24 hours a day as well. 505-926-1410. Franny the Chihuahua and Postman Dan mark the 4th anniversary of meetings in Hoffman Estates. Tuesday's celebration of the 4th anniversary of the nearly daily meetings between Franny and long-haired Chihuahua and Postman Dan Larson in Hoffman Estates included more than a $20,000 donation to the Schaumburg-based Almost Home Foundation Pet Rescue. One thing that's changed since the 3rd anniversary is that the now equally consistent participation of Franny's little sister, Gracie Bean. Both dogs are owned by Hoffman Estates resident Lisa Lasky, who created a viral video phenomenon with the mutual expression of love between her dogs and the 41-year-old veteran of the U.S. Post Office. On October 8th, 2021, both Larson and Lasky were surprised by the effusive greeting the mail carrier received from a then nearly 11-week-old puppy. While always a friendly and playful dog, Franny clearly doesn't hold every new human she meets in the same high esteem. Larson has described himself as a bona fide pet enthusiast and believes the very young Franny could just sense that. Franny and Postman Dan's encounters have amassed millions of views and likes on the TikTok account run by Lasky at Lisa and Franny. Find them over on TikTok and see some of these amazing, adorable pictures on the Daily Herald. Go to thedailyherald.com. Cary Police Chief announces his retirement. Cary Police Chief Patrick Finlan is retiring after almost 12 years of serving in the leadership role. In total, Finlan will retire with over 42 years of law enforcement, according to Village News release. Finlan started his role in Cary in 2014 after previously serving as Lake Zurich's police chief. His last day will be January 16th. A longtime Cary resident, Finlan has coached in the Cary Grove Youth Basketball and Softball Organization, served as Cary Grove High School booster, and helped develop the village's disaster plan, all before assuming the role of police chief. Mayor Mark Nonick said in the release, Chief Finlan has been more than just a leader. He has been a mentor, a partner, and a trusted advocate for both our officers and our residents. His commitment to serving the community with compassion has left a lasting impact. We are grateful for his years of service and wish him nothing but happiness in retirement. Finlan assisted the lead numerous changes in the village over the years, including restructuring the police department, transitioning to the Starcom 21 radio system, and helping create the regional training center and firing range. He also assisted with the planning and construction of the new village hall and state-of-the-art police department facility. Finlan said, "It has truly been an honor to serve this community. The men and women of the Cary Police Department are exceptional, and I am deeply proud of the work we have accomplished together." In the release, village staff described Finlan's leadership style as, quote, approachable, and highlighted his benefits that, quote, strong relationships are at the core of effective policing. The village is now seeking candidates for the next police chief with the assistance of a consultant. Interested candidates can find additional information on the position at caryillinois.com. Eyeing a redevelopment, Des Plaines agrees to purchase a downtown building for $1.1 million. Des Plaines officials have ended an often frustrating fight with the owners of a long vacant downtown restaurant building by buying it for $1.1 million. The deal gives the city control over former Leona's at 1504 Minor Street. While only occupying a fraction of an acre, the building fronts the main drag of downtown Des Plaines, and it is at an entrance to the Metropolitan Square development. Community and Economic Development Director Jeff Rogers told the City Council before its vote on Monday, "It is such a key, important piece. The 4,400 square foot building has been unused since Leona's closed in 2017. City officials tried to buy it from the owners, members of Carrassi's family, a few years ago, but the negotiations were fruitless. In 2023, the council gave the family additional time to find a tenant, but that didn't happen either. The council voted to pursue a forceful purchase through condemnation. In 2024, the city manager, Dorothy Wisniewski, resumed negotiating with the family. However, and eventually a sale price was reached. Whether the city remodels the building and leases it to a tenant or sells it outright, the restaurateur or razes the structure ahead of new construction has yet to be determined. Real estate developers have shown a lot of interest in the site, Second Alderman Colt Moyen said on Monday. Read more about this ongoing story over at thedailyherald.com. When we come back, we've still got a few more stories here in the area, including a pizza with a purpose at Lantern Pizza Company. They're turning dough into donations for Downers Grove schools. Stick around, more 10 o'clock news here on WRMN.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
Hey Bear fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcasts. Be part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, a turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. WRMN 1410, where Chicago comes to play. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears and WRMN.
Kids today live in a world full of social pressure, bullying, and substance abuse. LEAD has a solution. LEAD connects law enforcement agencies with schools to deliver tested, proven, and effective anti-drugs and violence training to kids. Learn more about LEAD, Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence, and our work to create safer, healthier communities at leadrugs.org or on social media at We Are LEAD. Sponsored by LEAD, Inc.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. Kane County Health Department has awarded $300,000 in state opioid response money to local organizations working to prevent opioid overdoses, expand access to treatment, and support recovery services. Recipients include the Association for Individual Development's Opioid Prevention Project and Street Outreach, Eckler Center, including its recovery cafes, Gateway Foundation, Greater Family Health, the Kane County Sheriff's Office for its A Way Out program, Lighthouse Recovery, and the Serenity House. We'll go over to Downers Grove for pizza with a purpose. Lantern Pizza Company turns dough into donations. Lantern Pizza at 1420 Ogden Avenue in Downers Grove will host a series of fall fundraisers in participation with local schools to support students, families, and educators throughout the Downers Grove community. During the fundraisers, a portion of all dine-in takeout sales will be donated directly to the corresponding school's PTA. Guests just have to mention the name of the school or that they are there for the fundraiser. These events not only raise essential funds, but also create a fun, welcoming space for students, parents, and teachers to connect. Supporting local schools has been a core priority for Lantern Pizza Company since opening its doors 3 years ago. Chef Dan Crodrate, owner and founder of the Lantern Pizza Company, said, "We're more than just a pizza place. We're a part of this community. These schools shape the next generation, and it means a lot to us to support their work however we can. When you buy a pie from us, you're also helping fund classrooms, student programs, and more." The fundraisers will go all day on Wednesday, October 15th, with Downers Grove North High School Parent Club. Thursday, October 23rd, with Pierce Downer Elementary School. Wednesday, November 5th, with the Willow Creek Elementary School. And Saturday and Sunday, December 6th, with Highland Elementary School. Community members are encouraged to mark their calendars, spread the word, and enjoy a delicious way to make a difference. For more information, visit lanternpizza.com. Located in the heart of Downers Grove, Lantern Pizza Company serves artisanal Neapolitan-inspired pizzas using fresh, high-quality ingredients made in-house daily. Guided by a passion for hospitality and a commitment to tradition, Lantern delivers a pizza experience that's both local and world-class. Again, visit their website at lanternpizza.com. The fundraisers will go on from October 5th and do October 23rd, November 5th, and Sunday, December 6th through 7th, helping all of those schools in Downers Grove. You've been listening to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. My name is Dennis Green. If you ever miss the WRMN 10 o'clock news, be sure to go over to youtube.com, where we've got an entire playlist where this episode and all of the other episodes go right in. So if you would rather listen to the WRMN 10 o'clock news at a different time, that's where you can go. youtube.com/@WRMN Radio. While you're out there on the internet, be sure to go to WRMN1410.com for a list of the schedule and all of the information about your favorite WRMN hosts. Coming up after the WRMN 10 o'clock news is going to be Wise Coffee Chat by Jennifer Sanchez. She's over at a business convention, so stick around. If you want to watch, head on over to youtube.com.